What's up, you jackasses? I hope you guys are having a great Sunday, and I hope you guys are ready to make money on Monday. But I know so many of you watching this are going to try and trade like a complete jackass tomorrow. You're going to buy something out of nowhere, and you're going to end up losing, and you're going to be pissed. All right? So what I'm going to do for you in this video is go over the green light special breakout with you, go over some of the most recent stats so you guys can have more confidence in the green light special breakout. I promise it is going to increase your win rate. And also, too, I'm going to give you the ultimate penny stock watch list going into tomorrow. Do a couple things for yourself here. Grab your paper and your pen. Dial in with me for the next 10 minutes, and let's dive straight in. And also, too, make sure you read the disclaimer. None of this is financial advice. So for all of you brand new to the channel, number one, I've backtested over 2,500 plus trades. I found 6 strategies with over a 70% win rate. And here is one that I want you to take an absolute run with. This is called the green light special breakout. Before we dive into the strategy, let's first dive into the numbers. Since the month of August, I have tracked 112 green light special breakouts, and 79 out of the 112 ran for at least 15%. Now that is a 70% win rate. Very profitable strategy. Up here, I have position size. If you took every single one of those trades with $100, you'd be up $525. If you took every single trade with $1,000, you'd be up $5,250 since the month of August. And if you're a little bit on the bigger side, if you took every single position with $10,000, you'd be up over $52,500. So for all of you trading with a larger size portfolio, hit my line. I want you to become my next testimonial. I have the back tested data. I have 6 strategies with over a 70% win rate. If you guys are trading with over $10, $15, $20,000 in your portfolio and you've been green, red, green, red, you want more consistency, I want to take you on as a one-on-one student. Send me a message on IG or Facebook with the word stallion because you're sick and tired of trading like a jackass. You want to trade like a stallion. Send me a DM, guys. I want to bring you in as a student, show you these 6 strategies, show you the numbers to back it up so that you can actually start making money in this market. And speaking of making money in this market, last week there were 6 green light special breakouts and all 6 of them ran for 15% with a 100% win rate. If you took every single one of these trades with a $10,000 position size, you would have made $9,000 in net profit just last week. If you would have went for 10%, you would have made a net profit of $6,000. So you would have made a little bit less, but still a very solid week. That's why I said, if you guys have a bigger portfolio, you guys are not trading with me, you're not inside my one-on-one program, I don't know what the hell you guys are doing, send me a DM right now, guys, and I can get you onboarded, started like early going into next week, guys. I'm looking to actively take on more students right now. All right. So let's dive into the very first one right here. Down at the bottom, also all my one-on-one students have access to this. Right here we can see the date, December the 12th, 2025. Ticker ZDGE. Time the stock broke out was at 9:30 a.m. And right here is the entry. This is the next 1-minute candle close. I'm going to go over this in more detail for you. But let's dive into ZDGE, 9:30 a.m., December the 12th. And what do you know? I already have this one pulled up. Now this one was a bit more complicated than a normal breakout. So when this one gets on my radar, first and foremost, we want the stock to be up at least 17%. So this was the close yesterday. So if I just take my rectangle here and I drag it all the way up here, this stock was up 25% right here at this level. As soon as we get this pop, this is when it's on my radar. And typically what I wait for is just one 5-minute candle to pull back. I see that there's decent volume. Down here at the bottom right here, I created a custom indicator for me and my one-on-one students where we can actually see the dollar volume that flows through every single one of these candles. Typically, you can only see the shares, like the amount of shares that are traded, but I created a custom indicator where I can actually see the exact amount of dollars that go through every single one of these 5-minute candles, which is very useful when you're trading with bigger position size because you can just easily see like, okay, on this candle right here, we had $70,000 flow through that 5-minute candle. I can go in with a little bit of a heavier position right here, anywhere from 5 to 10,000. So right here on this 5-minute candle, typically what I'll do right here is draw a horizontal line. And you may be saying, well, if that's the case, Andrew, right here, we technically broke out at 9:10 a.m. Now, what I want you to do is take a look at the bottom left right here and take a look at the dollar volume that was flowing through this 5-minute candle. As you can see, it's only 28.5 thousand. Just so you know, you're not going to go into that position with a $10,000 position size. You can't do that. It's only $28,000 worth of volume. Like you would literally beat all of the volume. So I don't count any breakouts that have less than $50,000 flowing through the 5-minute candle, because that's just not enough momentum. It's not enough volume overall. It's not something that is attractive to me. And I can't go into that with a bigger position size. So instead of counting that breakout, what I did was just delete that level. And now this is my new high right here at 308. And I'm just going to wait for a pullback. And I'm going to see when we break through that level again, do we have at least $50,000 worth of volume flowing in? So as we get closer to market open, right here at 9:30 a.m., we get this pop. And as you can see, as this 5-minute candle is closing right here, you can see the dollar volume is 57,000. So it puts it right above 50,000. So when I'm watching this, I'm like, this one barely has enough volume for me to trade it. But luckily enough, I don't go in right here on this 5-minute candle close for the green light special breakout. I'm actually going to wait one more minute going into market open, and I get a little bit more confirmation. And that's what's so important about this green light special is you get extra confirmation, and that's why it is so damn effective and it has such a high win rate. So right here as it's breaking out at 9:30, all I'm going to do is switch over to the 1 minute time frame. Let's go back to that same time right there. And as you can see right here at 9:30, this is when the 5-minute candle is closing. So the very first thing for the green light special breakout, I need this 1 minute candle to close green. This 1 minute candle does close green with $15,000 worth of volume. Again, not that much volume, but for the green light special breakout to be effective, your trigger to hit that buy button is when that 5-minute candle closes green. This first candle is green, but we're going to wait one more minute, and this candle right here also needs to close green. And take a look at what happens on the volume on this candle. We have $183,000 that flow through this right at market open, which is more than enough volume for you to go in with a larger position size, 5, 10, 15, 20K. All right. So this 1 minute candle right here closes green. Your entry is you're hitting that buy button as soon as we close right here. So your entry is at $3.13. If we just go back to the dashboard right here that you would have access to, you can see right here, next 1 minute candle close, 3.136. We go back to Webull, 3.136. That is your exact entry, okay? And from there, we're going for anywhere from 10 to 15%. 10% if you want to be more conservative, 15% if you want to try and catch the bigger move, 15% would have gained you more net profit. Either one are profitable, 15%, you're just going to have a lower win rate, but when you do win, your wins are obviously going to be a lot higher. Now, as soon as you enter right here at 9:31, we make this little pop right here on the next 1 minute candle, 2%, and then right here, we are up 6%, and then boom, we're up 9%. Now, here's why sometimes I prefer going for 10% instead of 15%. Right here on this 5 minute candle or on this 1 minute candle, we pop up and we hit 14.8%. All right. If you would add a limit order, say right at 15%, which would have been right at 362, you would not have got filled right there. And you would have had to hold through this nasty 1 minute candle right here where we wick all the way back down to this level at 299. So whenever you go for the higher take profit percentage, sometimes you got to hold through more bullshit. If you would have gone for 10%, like just think about your emotional gas tank here. You would have been in and out of the stock within three minutes. If you would have held for 15%, you got to hold through this bullshit. And then finally we start to bounce and then boom, you would have hit your 15%. So no matter what, you would have got the 15%, but you can see the difference, the emotional gas tank that is required in order to hold for those bigger moves. Because a lot of times with the penny stocks, you gotta hold through the BS, right? So that was ZDGE. Let me give you another example here. Let's go into YCBD, which was actually one that broke out in pre-market. So let me give you a pre-market example. This was December the 12th, and we broke out at 8:05 a.m. So YCBD, we're gonna type this up here, YCBD, and we broke out. We're gonna go to the 5 minute time frame. We broke out at 8:05 a.m. So right here, we have the high for the day. This was set in after hours the day before. And then from here, after 7 a.m., at 8:05 a.m. is when the 5 minute candle breaks above that level. And this 5 minute candle closes right here at $1.07. Now, as this 5 minute candle closes, what are we going to do? We're going to switch over to the 1 minute time frame. We're going to go back to that same time. So it's 8:05. It was 8:05, right? Let me go back to my tracker. YCBD 8:05. Yep, I got it correct. Okay, let's zoom in. This candle trending green as that 5 minute candle closes. The next 1 minute candle also closes green. So that right there is going to be our entry right here, $1.09. Come back to my tracker. You can see the next 1 minute candle close, $1.09. And then from there, you can see exactly the move that we make. We get a quick pullback right here. So you would have had to hold through a little bit of drawdown right here. But then we get this beautiful bounce and we make the move all the way up to $1.43, which was over a 37% move. For me, I would have been taking anywhere from 10 to 15%. So realistically, right here, I would have been taking profits. So we're in this trade for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 7 minutes before we actually take profits. And in a perfect world, I'm in and out of stock with less than 10 minutes. If I have to hold longer than 10 minutes, then I just, especially in pre-market, now I'm watching it the entire time. My emotional gas tank is slowly depleting. That's why a lot of times I prefer to go for 10 instead of 15, but to each their own. Either one is very profitable, okay? So that's a couple of examples of the green light special breakout. Now I want to show you how to go into the after hours top gainers list from Friday, and I want to show you how to identify which one of these stocks could be a green light special breakout. So make sure you grab your paper and your pen and let's dive into the list. So the very first stock that we got is going to be AMCI. Now, if we take a look at AMCI, I'm going to switch back over to the 5-minute time frame. There's a couple things that I'm immediately looking at to see if I can disqualify this stock. The very first thing I'm looking at is the price. It must be below $20. This stock is below $20. Also, the market cap must be below 50 million. Market cap is 8 million. That's good. Free float must be below 50 million. This free float is 1 million, which is very, very good, which tells me AMCI could make a very big move if this thing catches some traction. And we had a very nice close going, or excuse me, we had a very nice 5-minute candle closure right here going into the close at 8 p.m. on Friday. So now I'm going to click over on profile and I'm going to take a look at where the company is from, because if we come back over here, we can actually make this win rate a lot better. So if I go all the way back to August the 1st, go to the 12th and hit apply. And again, if you guys want to be my one-on-one student, hit me up on IG or Facebook, guys. I would love to take, especially you guys who have larger portfolios, come trade with me. I'm going to show you how to do all this. All right, so now if we jump back into the dashboard, one thing that I want to show you is right here, I track where the companies are actually from. So if we just click on, we include all USA, Chinese, other countries, and Canada included, this is where we get the win rate of 70% for 15% take profit. However, if I get rid of all these other countries right here, it does decrease the amount of trades that you take. However, your win rate goes from 70% up to 76% right here. So whenever I identify that a stock is from the United States, China, or Canada, I know my chances for a 15% take profit go up by a good 5 to 6%. So something to keep in mind. So AMCI checks all of these boxes. So now that it's checked all of these boxes, what I'm going to do at 6 a.m. EST when I wake up is I'm going to be looking for a potential breakout on this bad boy. Right now, it's hard to say where the high is going to be. Technically, right here is the high, but we all know when this thing opens up at 4 a.m. EST, it's probably going to make another high because I had a really good close here. So whenever I get to the computer at 6 a.m., I'm going to map out the high. If this stock breaks out from 6 to 7 a.m. EST, I will not be taking this trade. However, if it breaks out after 7 a.m., between the hours of 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. EST, and it breaks out as a green light special, and those 1-minute candles close consecutively green, then I will trade this one, but it has to happen after 7 a.m. EST. So I love everything about AMCI. Now let's move over to the next one, which is OCG. I'm going to be honest with you. OCG, the price is good, the market cap is good, the free float is good. This company is from Hong Kong. This actually broke out as a green light special right here. However, take a look at this nasty dump right here. And this is one of the things that I keep telling you guys about these Chinese stocks is a lot of times they do hit your take profit, but you got to get out quick, because if not, when they dump really, really hard. So for OCG, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to trade this one going in tomorrow. I'm not interested in trading any stock after a massive dump like that. We may get a bounce, but for me, I would just prefer not to trade that one whatsoever. And I really, really doubt that this one's going to get a pop, to be honest with you. Now, moving on to the next one, we got LVRO. So LVRO, it says it's up over 28% in after hours, but as you can see, there's basically no price action, no volume whatsoever. So we're just going to skip on to the next one. ASBP. So ASBP, if we get rid of all my drawings here, we're going to map out the high. So the high would have been right there, but now it's right here. But actually going into the final candle right here, this one is also closing green. So again, we got to wait until market opens in the morning to actually be able to map out a high for this bad boy. But if we take a look at the market cap is good, but take a look at that free float. That free float is 92 million, which tells me immediately ASBP, I am not going to be taking that trade because the free float is too high. ALPS, this next one on the list right here, I'm not taking that one. Market cap is way too high and free float is above 50 million. ASTI, price is good, market cap is good, free float is good. Take a look at the profile from the United States. Okay, so this one looks decent, but when I go into the chart, there's really not much volume here whatsoever. So we'll really have to see what this one does when market opens at 4 a.m. EST and when I sit down at the computer at 6 a.m. But everything else looks good. Now let's go into RCEL. RCEL, market cap is 105 million. That's way too high. I'm going to count it off the list. RAIN, market cap is way too high. I'm not going to be playing that one. Not way too high. It's 50.69 million. But again, that's just too high for me. I'm not going to be taking it. ZBIO, market cap is over 2 billion. So I immediately disqualify that one. I'm not going to be taking it. JLHL, market cap is 82 million. Not going to be taking that one. Same thing for Tilray, 1.4 billion. So really, when it comes to the top gainers list, we don't have a lot of stocks that actually fit the criteria for the green light special, which really tells me one thing and one thing only. Guys, what we're going to have have to do here is we're going to have to sit our asses down at the computer at 6 a.m. EST, or for you guys can start at 7 a.m. EST. We're going to have to map out the highs for the newer stocks that are popping up on the top gainers list and see if we can get that green light special breakout. Comment down below. Let me know if you guys are here, if you guys are taking notes, and you guys are getting value. And again, if you guys want to be trained by me one-on-one, send me a message on IG or Facebook, and I'll see you guys in the next video.